Okay, happy Monday. Yeah, this is Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, episode 5? Or is it 6? I forget. Anyway, more Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Old stuff. Don't see the movie. BioWare. Okay, so Chapter 1 finale. Chapter 2 autosave. Huh. Took us longer to get in Chapter 2 than I thought. I thought had been in Chapter 2 for a while yesterday, but I guess not. Okay, well, Chapter 2. Oh, that's right. We were stopping here because we had to kill our little traitor friend. Well, we didn't kill him. We arrested him, basically. We beat him in a fight, and we arrested him, brought him back over to Arabeth and friends, and they tried him and convicted him and hung him from a tree, along with Arabeth's little boyfriend. He got hung by a tree, too, because he helped the traitor get the job done on related to the plague stuff, but they got him for negligence. They didn't say he was participating actively in the spreading of the plague, but they got him for negligence because he effed up. He trusted his would-be friend too much, and as a result, bad things happened. So anyway, that's where we are in the story. You need to talk to her after we go through Gimpy's stuff. So Gimpy picked up this Ascorian double axe yesterday. It's a double axe. It's not a +1. It's +1 versus evil, but itself is not a +1 double axe, unfortunately. But the upside is it's got vampiric regeneration +3, so every time he does damage with it, Gimpy gets healed. So, him being a dual-wielding weapon, it happens. He gets a decent amount of healing during combat, typically, as long as it's not too much damage. But anyway, so that's his new little axe to play with. And yes, we do still keep the other one, the double axe +1. I should probably put that on a button. Which button, though? What button don't I use? I don't use stealth mode. Oh, well, the torch we kind of use. Taunt. I don't use taunt. So, let's keep that. Now watch, I'm going to use taunt. Although I should probably put taunt just on stealth. Examine. Empty quick slot. Now we can put a new one in there. There we go. Okay, so emotes, special abilities. This would be taunt. Okay, so taunt, detect mode, parry, barbarian stuff. That's his real axe. Bow for range stuff when needed. Torch for burning things, and then that when we actually need a magic weapon to hit stuff. So the magic weapon thing isn't that big of a deal most of the time because we're fighting mostly evil stuff, it feels like. So that's why we are there. But anyway, so that's Gimpy stuff, and we are currently level 7. So I picked up 1 level yesterday. Which means that next level we should be picking up a feat to goof around with, which I don't know yet. We got a long way to go. 4,500 experience, so it's still a little bit to go. Nothing really special. Change her +1. Winged helmet doesn't do anything. Cloak of protection versus evil, so we're fighting evil. We get +2. +2 to armor class. Gloves of swordplay. This is a parry +3. The brawler's belt. Bludgeoning resist 5. We saw a really nice belt yesterday on one of the vendors. Oh, I'm going to buy that. And then I realized, then I saw the price for 42,000 gold. I've got 15,000. We didn't even have 15,000 at that point. I think we were down like 12 or 10 or something. But anyway, still looking for a better belt. I got a Ring of Fortitude, which gives us a +1 to Fortitude saving throws. Ring of Protection +1. Helping our armor class get to 20. Amulet of Natural Armor +1. And helping our armor class get to 20 there too. Boots of Reflex +3, so reflex saving throws are +3. This is just 1 AC. So this is basically... Oh, sorry, this is a quest item, actually. That's a quest item that we're supposed to be maybe working on. But anyways, there's that. Oh, we do have a belt. We have an unidentified belt. We need to get this ID to see what it is. Hopefully it's good. It's got a nice little image to it, so it might be decent. Keep also using +1 longbow for stuff. Where's our little companion? Tommy's not here. Where'd he go? What's in the chest? So these are vampiric ass arrows, which Gimpy should be using, but doesn't. But we'll take free. I got 80 of these arrows of the vampire now. So these are basically you hit stuff, do damage, and get healed. You might as well use them. He doesn't do that many arrow shots, so honestly we can't use. No voicing? Okay. Gimpy, no name. You have awoken at last. I feel privileged to finally meet you, the hero of Neverwinter, here before me. I'm getting ahead of myself. You must excuse me. I'm just so excited to meet you. Welcome to Port Last. I trust you had a safe journey from Neverwinter. My name is Lorana, and Lady Erebeth has given me the honor of greeting you upon your arrival. Me think nice to meet you. You know, bother me, girly. You're not important. You gotta go. Gimpy talks like this because he's not the smartest. I mean, apparently they think, you know, that 8 intelligence is, you know, not capable of normal speech, but, you know, whatever. They treat him like he's got 3 intelligence and not 8. Again, the average intelligence is 10. Keep that in mind. 10. He's not that much dumber than everybody else. I think nice to meet you. Let me say again how much I look up to you. We've all heard of the heroic deeds you performed in Neverwinter and how you saved so many lives from that terrible plague. I know that you must be anxious to speak with Lady Erebeth and begin the search for the cult. She is anxious to speak with you too. You can find Lady Erebeth and her associate Aaron Gend in the next room, near the exit of this building. Please go and see her right away. I wish you well on your quest to find the source of that horrible plague. I am sure that you will succeed and prove to be a hero once again. Goodbye. You say so. Still stealthy.
Please listen. I have some very important information for you. Please listen. I have some very important information for you.
Look at all the people in here. There's Tommy over there. So we are...
Please listen. I have some very important information for you.
I hear her, but
Please
no.
Listen.
There she is.
It is good to see you here in Port Last, my friend. If we are to have any luck in tracking down this strange cult behind the plague, it will be with your aid, I am sure. I do not know how much you have been told about Lord Nash's orders. I shall help you understand whatever I can, certainly.
What be Lord Nash's orders?
You know, of course, that Dester and Fenthik were associated with some manner of religious cult that was behind the Wailing death in the city.
Fenthik was her boyfriend.
We know so little about this cult, and it would be foolish in the extreme to suppose that simply because their activities in Neverwinter have been stopped, that they have been defeated. Lord Nasher commands that we track down the headquarters of this cult and discover their plans and stop them before another atrocity is committed. Aaron Gend, Lord Nasher's spy master, is here in Port Last to help us do this, and has brought reports of many strange activities throughout the Northern Lands. It is possible that agents of the cult may be behind some of these activities. If so, we may be able to find them and discover where their base is located. Your aid in this will prove invaluable.
Haha. He has questions about mission. How do you feel? This all big headache, no?
Are you a fool to ask me that? My only love lies dead, executed as a traitor, and his true murderers lie completely beyond my reach.
I did not expect that response.
But perhaps you mean well enough by your question. I apologize if I have misjudged your intent.
Someone has some anger issues. Somebody has not quite gone through all her 6 steps of grief.
I wish, with such fervor that it frightens me, to see those allies of Desta pay, to see Tyr visit them with terrible justice. I am a paladin of Tyr, sworn to uphold good and justice, yet somehow I cannot condemn Fenthic in my heart. He meant only to do what he saw was his duty, I am sure of it.
Oh, can make a mistake, even me knows that. Fenthic was dummy to only see duty. Yes, it's all very sad, me sorry. You naive. People think duty, thinks duty everything like you. You have heart, Erebeth, you not be perfect. Your feelings is blinding you about Fenthic. You not have anything to say about that. You have heart, Erebeth. You not be perfect.
But as a paladin, I am supposed to hold myself above such earthly concerns. I am supposed to know my path and be sure of it, just as Fenthic did, or thought he did. But I should not be distracting you from your task. My own problems are unimportant and of no interest to you, I am sure. Please forgive me.
And we go for the persuade, or try to, even though Gimpy's only got an 8 charisma, I gotta go for the maybe lucky roll. There we go.
It's just that Fenthic's fate could have been mine, or yours, or anyone's. How do you know that the path you walk is the correct one?
You don't.
I have never questioned my faith or my duty before, but neither did Fenthic. I feel doubt, and I am ashamed to admit it. Perhaps I am merely wallowing in my sorrow. Perhaps I know my path better than I think I do, but I am no longer sure. Is it wrong for me to think such thoughts?
No. Yes, you should get head together. Be too hard on yourself. It's not wrong to ask. What answer is important. You cannot answer for you, Miss Erebeth. It's not wrong to ask. What answer is important.
Yet I have no answers, only more questions. Thank you for allowing me to unburden my heart, but perhaps it is best if I put these thoughts out of my head for now.
Yeah, not so stupid, am I?
The safety of Neverwinter relies on your mission, and my duty regarding that is more than clear. Let us speak of that instead.
Okay, me ask questions about mission. Oh, you have advice, maybe?
I would suggest you speak to Erengend and find out where to focus your efforts in finding evidence of the cult.
Probably your next boyfriend? That should have been the right answer there, or right option. Oh, look, free money. Okay, so Tommy is over there. I was thinking as she was talking, I was looking at this person. Is there another rogue type as a mercenary that we could employ? Or is Tommy the only one? That would kind of suck if he was. I mean, not that I dislike Tommy, it's just have a nice little change and still have the ability to open locks and disarm traps would be nice. With a little bit of a change up. Hearing the same expression over and over again. Okie dokie.
Greetings to you. Forgive me for being so bold, but you are the one being called the Champion of Neverwinter, aren't you?
Yes, me Gimpy the Barbarian, no name. How you know me? My hypothesis was based upon your manners of dress and physical appearance, combined with the descriptions I have heard from those praising the man responsible for saving Neverwinter from the Wailing death. We have lots of help, Erebeth, and never mind. The greatest one there is, me save city. Lots of help. Your modesty is admirable, but the facts cannot be denied. Others may have been involved, but everyone is in agreement that you played a particularly crucial role. I am Bodinock Glinkle, a gnome sorcerer from the island of the Lantan. I must confess that I am not surprised to find you here. Sorcerer. I heard Erebeth was recruiting people to aid in the search for the cult of the Wailing Death. It was a simple, logical leap to assume you would be among us. For Erebeth, we work for Erebeth too. What an odd thing to say. I've already established the fact that we both work for Lady. What possible reason could you have for bringing the matter up a second? Oh, I see. Yes, I'm an idiot. Forgive me, my nature is to be observant, yet I did not immediately notice your condition. How do you notice somebody is stupid? In all honesty, how do you, just by looking at somebody, can you tell that they're stupid? However, the fact of the situation are made more than clear by the unsightly drool dangling from your chin. Wow. 2 intelligence points make me into a drooling idiot. And even then, how does that mean I'm stupid? It could just mean I'm drunk. Come on. Slurp. Oops, me sorry. So how you get I was in Neverwinter to study the plague, its causes and effects, so that such a catastrophe might be prevented in the future. You may have discovered a cure for the plague and fleshed out those behind it, but the process by which the Wailing Death was spawned has not yet been determined. I'm eager to solve that mystery, if only it's such a horror can never be unleashed upon the world yet again, but that can only be accomplished if we first locate the cult. Hear any stuff about the cult? I've heard people claiming the cult has a base in the plains to the south. Others insist there's undeniable evidence of the cult in the forest to the east. Still others swear the cult is hiding in the cities of Luskin to the north. Obviously, such rumors and hearsay are of little value. I prefer to put my faith in hard empirical evidence I can observe with my own 2 eyes. As yet, I have found no evidence I consider reliable. But you gotta have some idea where we start looking. I don't think you understand. Without the proper data to analyze my evaluation of the situation would result in a hypothesis with an unacceptable margin of error. Naturally, I've formed some preliminary theories, but if I were to venture any opinion on this matter, it would be nothing more than a complete and utter guess. You guess. Sometimes you just got to play a hunch. A hunch? You are a strange man, Gimpy. But I suppose if I were forced to make a shudder guess, I would say we should start our search in the Neverwinter Wood to the south east of Port Last. Why there? Roots, herbs, and other flora grow in abundance in the forest, many of which can be used to heal a variety of illnesses. It is only logical to assume such plants can also be used to bring sickness, and death. Plus, the woods are shunned by most civilized people. They believe they are haunted, making it a perfect place for a secret hideout for a large group. The Neverwinter Wood seems to be the only place that provided the seclusion and the materials that would have been necessary for the cult to bring about the Wailing Death. At least that's my best guess. That be guess? You sure got lots of good reasons. As I said, I had a preliminary hypothesis. However, I would not be all that surprised to find my theory about the Neverwinter Wood to be wrong. You gonna look more into Neverwinter Wood? I am an accomplished sorcerer, Gimpy, but I also have a realistic understanding of my own limitations. Surviving the wilds of this region alone would be a challenge that surpasses my capabilities. Besides, Erebeth has hired us so that we may serve and assist others who are more suited for heroism and great deeds. You are a well-known hero. If I were to accompany you, I am certain my skills would be of some use. If he was a rogue, but we don't know what his skills actually are. We could just hire him and see. But we don't actually... Yeah, I guess we get to see their abilities. And I'd be glad to join your cause, but it is an honor to serve with a hero such as you. I will follow you and perform to the best of my abilities according to the orders you have given me. Anytime you wish to issue new orders, you only have to speak to me again. So, you... More action, special abilities. Guard me, stand your ground, follow. Oh, heal me. More actions. Inventory. You aren't able to view the companion. Well, why give me these options then? Special abilities. Crafting. Oh, crafting skills. Oh, this is me. I have no crafting skills, just to be clear. Your special abilities. Taunt. Crafting skills. Nope. There's no actual way to look at his stuff. Right? Follow. Okay, so his dexterity is 12, so he's no rogue. How do you get a 20 constitution and a 19? Oh, he's a sorcerer. That's right. Love, craft armor, stuff. So he's not very skilled there. Yeah, let's see if we find somebody better. There's stuff in there. Tommy. Factor, fighter type. So are you. Darwin might be a potential rogue-ish type. Grimlaw is not, I'm gonna guess. Oh, that armor on.
Well, well, well. You must be the one I've heard of, correct? The legendary savior of Neverwinter? I've heard a couple of ballads written about you already.
The greatest one there is, Me Safe City. Ballads don't really tell the truth, however. I should know. Haha, my name is Sharwin. I bard and master of skills. I suspect we have been hired for the same purpose, to find these cultists and stamp them out. Yes? For Erebeth. Of course, Lord Nasherist spared no expense in mobilizing an entire army to look for this cult. The search in Neverwinter is enormous. I and these other mercenaries have been sent out to these parts in search, which is fine by me. More chances for fame in a smaller group. Hear any stuff about the cult? Me looking for clues. The cult could be particularly anywhere. You may want to look in the hills. Okay, out by the Green Griffin Inn. I've heard many tales of monsters raiding the roads nearby in force. Monsters? Bugbears and orcs, mostly. Apparently, they were being directed by some humans, however, which would make it quite odd. At any rate, since Luskin is wrapped up in its own concerns, the countryside has become open season for banditry. These monsters, however, are more organized than is normal. I'm going to try to find out more stuff about the cult in Luskin. Well, it could be that I enjoy being bored, or it could be that my instructions are to aid you and Erebeth, and I haven't been told to do anything yet. So how about it? You got the gumption to take me with you, Gimpy? It would be far more interesting than standing around here. Sure, we need another man, you in. Excellent, I'm at your disposal on that. I'll tag along as you need me. Blah, blah, blah. Something different, let me know. So Bard might be a little bit more what we can use. So only 15 dexterity though. It's 18 strength on a Bard. A short bow. All those buffs for free. Raise, bluff, concentration 13. That's for spellcasting. Discipline. Wait. Silently open lock. There we go. Okay. I think we'll have her join us this time around. Okay, let's talk to you and give you some orders.
Is there something you need?
Change you to in fight use ranged weapons, not melee weapon. Yes. Of course, when combat begins, I'll still use my spells, but I'll also stay back and attack with my ranged weapons from a distance. How far away you are? Let's say far. Oh, am I cramping your style? Good enough? I'll keep my distance. That's so you don't go charging through doors for it. You change how you heal me. You heal me if me sort of hurt, below 75%. Heal me if wounded below 50%. Let's go 50. Good enough. That's it. Okay, so be interesting to see what the Bard does stuff, or how it does. Sorry, Tommy. Gotta talk to this loser now.
Hail, friend. You were instrumental in ridding Neverwinter of the Wailing death, I understand. Allow me to congratulate you on a job well done. You have shown yourself to be possessed of remarkable courage and resourcefulness. That is fortuitous, for both these qualities will be needed if you are to complete your mission. But that is not how we should begin. I am known as Aaron Gant, and I have served our Lord Nasher for some time. Hopefully, I may be of similar use to you now.
How you help me?
My place lies in the shadows. I have many eyes and ears throughout the northern lands. And it is my place to inform Lord Nasher where the Vipers lay in wait. If only I had foreseen the actions of this cult, I could have prevented the disaster. But these men move skillfully out of my sight and hearing. Instead of recriminating myself for my failure, I must do what I can to repair the damage. And that is to offer what information I have to you, so that you may find where this new nest of Vipers hides. Erebeth has informed you of where you must search, yes? She has told you of how you may root out these fiends?
You say you give me details.
Unearthing the cult will not be a simple task. What few whispers I have collected, however, have allowed me to narrow your search to this region. It is vital that the cult's exact location be found, and that we are certain any leads we discover are not attempts at deception. Erebeth will not be satisfied until we find at least 2 separate leads that point to the same locale. That is your task. I do know of one possible lead for you. There has been strange news regarding a series of caves that lie north of Port Last. Investigation may reveal the cult to be hidden there.
Shouldn't you be doing that? Being a spy master and all that?
If not, there are other avenues for you to investigate. The city of Luskan to the north, Neverwinter Wood to the east, and the wildlands of the South Road. I suggest, however, that looking into the caves first would still be your wisest choice. The caves are in the hills to the north of Port Last, near the Green Griffin Inn. They have long been used by humanoid tribes of orcs, bugbears, and the like. They aren't usually a concern.
Usually.
In recent months, however, I have received word that these various humanoid creatures have been raiding the roads south of Luskan. This would not be unusual, except that the creatures now seem very organized and, I hear, are being led by humans. This leads me to believe the cult may be involved. That will be for you to determine. Just keep this in mind. No matter what you find there, Erebeth will wish 2 firm leads on the cult's location before she will act. We cannot afford a mistake.
Fine, 2 leads.
Have you a question for me then, my friend?
Wants to know about other places me searches. We want to ask about something else. Other places.
As you wish. I will certainly tell you all I know about the other places you may need to search.
Yeah, we can guess this one. We don't need to go through this.
Have you a question for me then, my friend?
Nothing else.
What would you have of me?
Good stuff in Neverwinter. Ask questions about region. How you be spy masters for Lord Nasher?
That is a curious question, my friend. Nor does it have a simple answer, if the truth be known, and is not a tale that I care to often tell.
Let's see. Persuade him.
As you wish, my friend. Though I'll not be held responsible should you nod off during the telling of it.
Get going.
Let me see. Perhaps it is best if I ask you a question first. You are a person of great fighting prowess, are you not?
Of course not.
How is it that you came into your calling? Was it an accident? Was it born purely of talent? Do you believe you were fated to be what you are?
I thought I was asking the questions. Me not mean to take's path, but here me is. Me has great talent, me very good. Guesses it was fate. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Me has great talent, because, you know, Barbarian.
It must be a fine thing to be sure of one's abilities. I envy you that. For most, the destination is never clear until they arrive. I myself started life as a slave in the southern deserts of Kalimshan. Never would I have foreseen that I might become who I am today. I knew of the lush and wild jungles of my homeland Chult only through the bedtime tales of my mother. I have never laid eyes upon its shore. My mother was owned by a most vicious and cruel caliph. As a slave child, one learns to stay out of sight and to move silently, lest one be beaten. Moreover, I listened to the chatter of the servants, the bored talk of the guards. For many, many years, I was the shadow in the Caliph's halls. For all my hiding, however, I proved of no use to anyone but myself. I could not save my mother when the Caliph beat her to death for spilling a tankard of his mead, for instance.
I trust you teach some good lesson. You small child, you could do nothing. It's horrible. I trust you teach us some good lesson.
Aye, though in truth it was I who learned the lesson. I blamed myself for not warning my mother, for not stopping the Caliph's blow. In grief and anger, I stabbed and killed the Caliph, and was subsequently chased into the streets of Kalimpor.
Murders him, how could you? Good, he deserved. What happened then? Good, he deserved.
I am not proud of what I did. It is very easy to say that the man deserved it. Deserved it more than my mother did, at the very least. Who am I to say that this is so, however? I was no righteous judge that day. I acted out of retribution and became a wanted murderer in truth. There is no denying that. I fled into the shadows of the city, and was not alone there. I found many who I will call allies and not friends, for we acted in unison only to survive. The law pursued me, so always I remained hidden and listened as I once had. The fact that I was a thief to remain alive did not help. And eventually, even the shadows of the city were no longer safe for me. I sought passage out of the city, and eventually a captain took pity on me and gave me a position aboard his ship. Perhaps you have heard of Randall the Red?
Nope. Think so. He was pirate?
Randall the Red deserved his reputation as a violent and cunning pirate of the Sword Coast. While I joined his crew, I was not a pirate as you think of it. I was not fond of drink as the other sailors were, and instead spent my time at each port making new contacts and listening. Over the years, Randall grew to depend on my skill. He gave me gold to establish informants throughout the coast, and I heard news the instant it happened. It was I who kept Randall safe and one step ahead of his pursuers, for always would I know before the chase was on us.
Keeps bad pirate alive. It sounds like a good life. How you feel? You be pirate and all. It sounds like good life.
I was not truly a pirate. I was his master of spies, though I did not put a name to what I did. And while Randall was indeed a pirate, he was an easy man to like. I was not fond of the looting and pillaging Randall indulged in, and did my best to subtly steer him away from the worst of it. Randall knew what I was doing, and permitted it only because I was otherwise invaluable to him. He cared not if I cringed and turned a cheek when the crew plied the worst of their bloody trade. As the years passed, I came into a certain amount of my own fame along the Sword Coast. My life was my life, and I was satisfied with it, and discharged my duty as best I knew. It was not until I encountered Lord Nasher that my life would change forever. That, however, is another tale. Ask me of it sometime, my friend.
He says thanks for telling the story, and he wants to hear more. It is it? Ah, it was a stupid story. We think God's is finally over. Now you say thanks for telling story.
And thank you for listening. As I said, it is not a tale I tell often. Back to more important matters. Is there something you needed?
We do while he searches for cult. Go stuff in there. What do you do while I search for the cult?
I still serve as Lord Nasher's master of spies, my friend. And his need for proper information is more vital now than even before. My ear must remain to the ground, even if my efforts must be coordinated from here, rather than deeper in the shadows. I shall continue to seek word on the cult that might aid your quest, though I have my doubts in that. You will have far more success than I think.
Okay, that's enough for now.
I shall hope that the gods keep you safe, my friend.
Okay, so, is there a merchant in here? Or you, what do you look like? You look like a fighter of some type. She's a cleric. So no real merchants in here. But there's a door. Hello, sir. Are you an adventurer? You don't look like one. Me and my pa could really use some help, though, if you are. You not hears about me? No. Should I have? I live on a farm outside of the town, so we don't get much news, I'm afraid. Heard that a bunch of adventurers had come to port last, however, so my pa sent me here to find some people to send to him. It's real important. This has something to do with the cult, maybe? Maybe. I don't know anything about a cult. You have to talk to my pa about that. There be big reward? I think so. I bet my pa could pay you if you helped out. You could talk to him about it at least. This has something to do with... No. Tells me what to be wrong then. Well, me and my pa, his name's Gerald. Everyone in Port Last knows him. We live on a farm just north of the town gates. There's lots of monsters that live in the hills around our farm. Normally they don't bother us so much, but lately they've been ambushing travelers and caravans and such, being real bold. They even went and kidnapped my mother while me and Pa were away from the farm last week, so my Pa sent me to town to get help. Somebody in charge helps you, no? Pa says he sent lots of messages about the troubles with the mayor's all caught up helping Neverwinter. Caught up helping Neverwinter. He's got no time to help us. There we go. Punctuation missing there. There were some other adventurers who went before, but none of them has come back. I was hoping maybe you could do what they couldn't. He wants me to find Mother. Why didn't your father just, not just go? Sure, I'll help. That'd be great, my lord. I'm sure my pa would appreciate it. To get to our farm, you just need to go through the north gate and follow the road a bit. I'll stay here for now and find some more help, or find some more people to send to Pa until he calls me back. I'm sure you'll do the trick, though. Just go and talk to him. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a trap. Definitely. Sailor, peasant. Stuff on the dock. Get out of my way.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's locked? When do you lock a box?
Done and done.
Lazy sailors. Nobody actually working here. Yeah, there's a shady character over there. Sacks. Stuff. No way. So who's the shady character? You look like the kind of person who knows how to live in the shadows. What if me do? In that case, I'm your go-to guy. I've got the goods to make your life easier. You want to see your stuff. More likely we want to sell this stuff. Change for +1. It's the same. Actually, that's what we're wearing. It's our stuff. Copper necklace, don't need that. Club, don't need that. I don't need throwing axes. Although these cost fear, I think, but we're still going to sell them. Because money. It's a restoration scroll, yes, yes. Go, did it. book. Sell the books, sell the gems. What is it? Final look, what's this? Final look, this is a dusty pink cover and color, no big deal. Okay. So sell that. Want to sleep, we don't care, can't use it. This we want to see what this is, the ID. Wizard of Midnight saw her abilities grow so great as to assume a station amongst the gods. Her soul drank magic straight from the fabric of the weave. She ascended, abandoning much of her mortal self and belongings, though they too were transformed. The sash she wore absorbed so much energy that it sundered, and each of the many pieces became a powerful item in its own right, protecting the wielder from magical attack. Spell resistance 12. This protects us from just bludgeon, so I think we'll use this. Sell that. Don't need the shurikens. Oh, Ettercap, so I should probably... I don't know if that's worth anything. But it is. Or useful, I should say. Like a book. A gem. How many arrows do we have? 47. We can get rid of these. Okay, what's in here? A trap? Yay, bought the trap. Cloak of protection, keeping that for fun. That and that. Okay, so backup weapon. Quest item, technically. Braces of armor. It's backup stuff. Can't Grace, you're supposed to be over there. Fairy dust, don't know if that's useful yet. That stuff. Okay, so, anything good? Some basic magic armor. Greater Mask of Persuasion. Only 18 grand. That's 6. What would this do for me? Charisma's +1, so it gets the charisma up to 9. Helps the concentration, persuade increases that. But it's not as cool as our hat. Raises dexterity. That would help me. Dexterity 18 helps armor class. $9 grand. We have 16,000, so that's available. All this stuff is more than likely not going to be as good as what we have. Potions. We still have a fair amount of potions at the moment. Got all the traps that we don't use. So I'm thinking the gauntlets. Sorry, belt. Belt of agility. Oh, sorry, that's... No, so it was gauntlets. So bracer dexterity. 91. So, and that too, that gets my dexterity up to 18. So, again, better armor class. Should help some other skills too, I think. So, sure, why not? And this is just parry. But with an 18 dexterity, gets us armor class 21. Skills. Discipline's at 6, heals 5, hide, intimidate, blah blah. Parry, this is dexterity, so that's affected. So okay, that should be fun. So now we're down to 7,000 gold. Okay. Next. What other free stuff is there? You're a cat. Why aren't you picking this lock? Healing kit. Only one, though. Sarcophagus? Oh, this is good. We're not grave robbers. Honest.
Done and done.
So done and done or okie doke. Hey, go down into there. Out. Ooh, a well. Always good things down a well. You, the name.
Well, hello, sir. I don't recognize you. You must be new in these parts.
What is an adventure fellow like you doing in a crap town like this? We think you wrong. This place okay. What name you have? You right. This place sucked big. What name you have? A man of taste and distinction. How wonderful to meet you. My name is Sheldrissa. What's yours? My name is Gimpy. You answer me questions. Your name Gimpy, no name, but you call me Gimpy the Barbarian. I'm glad to meet you. You're pretty. My gentleman with manners. That is a rare find in a dump like this. I want to ask you questions. You may not know why town bad for you. You feel like you make me be best I can. Really? I guess I was hoping to bring out the worst in you. This town bores me with its niceness. You not know why town bad for you. Are you kidding? This is just a small town with small-minded people. If I had to stay here, I'll end up a grumpy old maid with nothing to enjoy in life. A young woman with a sharp mind needs adventure, and a powerful man to protect her. You not like where this lead. Me want to ask questions. You not sure what you saying. Why you stand so close? Me listen, you tell more. Everyone like me needs comforting, desire, wealth, and power. I can't believe I am being so open with you. You make my head spin. I feel overwhelmed being so close to you. So, what do you think? Would you have room for a determined young woman to follow and assist you? You're not sure. You answer questions first. I may not want you around. You get in the way. Maybe we go bed now and talk in the morning.
Hello, Gimpy. It is time to take a break. Go check on the dogs. This break supports the purchase of Rocket's treats. If you would like to help Rocket feel like a puppy again, please visit gimpyknee.com/support, or you can watch the ads during the break, or you can type !treats in chat. Thank you. Your next break is in 1 hour.
We think that great idea. You get weapons and armor and we meet out front. Questions first. I would be happy to answer any questions you might have. I know pretty much everything that goes on in town, not that there is much to know. You know about cult and stuff? A cult? Ha, I wish something so exciting happened in Port Last. I am so bored. What odd stuff in town? In this town, I just told you, nothing ever happens here. Where can we find job? Why would you want a job here in town? I guess if you must know, my father is Mayor Kendrak, and I do know about one job offer. There was a prison break-in Waterdeep, and my father is offering a huge reward for anyone who can hunt down the escaped criminals. I only tell you about this because taking the job will help us. I mean, you escaped the boring clutches of this town. I mean, you find stuff. If you go north, south, or east, you can get out of town. If you get on a boat and go west, you can go also get out of town. There are really all the directions you need. Somehow having her tag along doesn't sound all that smart. Just saying. Okay, well, let me take a break. I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water. Mrs. Gimpy is back with Rock and stuff, so we'll see how their walk went. So I'll be back in a few minutes to continue on, of course. Thank you all very much for watching. Be back shortly. Enjoy the dog video.